Hi there, it's Sam from poodles.co.uk. Thank you very much for joining me today. Today's project is this one. It's a little vellum box, or it's a box with a vellum sleeve, which goes like that, and it slides on and off, and it's a little open box. It does slide off. Oh, it's the embellishments that are getting caught. Slides on and off like that, and it's a vellum sleeve because we've got the amazing beautiful floral paper that's got two vellum sheets in it, as well as the pattern paper. Now, my original plan for this was a variation on one I did years ago, which had the vellum clasping together. Now you can just about see that it goes there like that and there like that with it's the triple banner punch. But I found it didn't want to stay in place like my original one did. That, like I said, I did it a few years ago, and it kept wanting to pop open, which wasn't the look I wanted, but I didn't want to waste my piece of vellum. So I will give you measurements to do this if you want to, and seal it up and have it slide. But actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to recreate it so it seals at the bottom. The other thing I wanted to point out, because you know me, honesty is the best policy, little pearls do not want to stick to vellum flowers, and I made this maybe a week and a half ago, and yeah, they originally every single one of these flowers had a little pearl on the inside, and most of them have gone walkabout, so I'm adapting it very slightly. So I will just let you know, maybe don't do that. Okay, so you need a piece of cardstock that's 7 by 6 inches, 17.5 by 15 centimetres. So yes, you can get 2 from a sheet of cardstock, and you can get multiple wraps as well. So on your cardstock, and this is Sahara sand, you score it at 2 inches on all 4 sides, or 5 centimetres on all 4 sides. And the finished dimensions, when it's all done, measure up at 3 inches by 2 by 2, which is 7.5 by 5 by 5 centimetres. So it's not a bad size, not bad at all. Okay, so let's scooch those out of the way and then burnish all of the edges. Okay, so that's the base of the box. Super duper easy. So holding it this way, if you can see there's a rectangle in the base. We're going to cut there down the straight bit, and we're going to chop away a little bit and a little bit there. Oh, sorry, a bit there and a bit there. So if I do one, so that's a big wedge out, and that bit, and chop a bit away. Okay, so it goes like that, and then I'm going to rotate it and do the same. And the reason you're chopping a bit away is actually this square is exactly the same size as that, and so by chopping a bit away, it's not going to overlap there. And I'm filming in the evening, and I'm working only with spotlight, so I'm going to do my very best to keep this so that you can see everything. Normally I work with spotlights and natural daylight. This time of night in February, not so much the natural daylight anymore. Okay. So those are all my bits done, and I've got my great big bin just to the left of me. I've got a tall bin now, so they go straight into my bin. Okay, so you can see it's all going to wrap around. So I'm going to grab my tear and tape that unwrapped itself and stuck to everything. Let's get rid of that bit. And I'm just going to run adhesive all along there. I love tear and tape because it tears, and for a quick crafter like me, that's a good thing. Rip and go, rip and go. So take that bit off, and I'm going to line this edge up here with this one. And then just keep going all the way round. Probably would be easier to take all of the tape off first, but you know, I like to make my life complicated at times. And the last one. Ow. Don't stick your paper piercer in your thumb. Not a good idea. Okay, so that's the base of the box done. Easy peasy. Now this wrap, because this measurement is 3 inches and that is 2, which makes 5, and then you've got the same again, so that makes 10 without it even overlapping, you need more than 10.5. Now this is a full 12-inch piece. If you want to punch these parts like I've done, you need to cut this down to 11 5/8 of an inch, 29.5 centimetres. I'm leaving this at 12 inches just so that you can see fully and clearly. And all I'm doing is I'm lining it up and gentle press. Vellum cardstock, not over keen on being pressed. It likes to be told what to do. I think is probably a better way to describe it. And maybe holding it up in the air to show you guys, not a good idea either. So I'm just roughly getting it into position. Okay, so you can see I've got more than enough, so I'm just going to take off a little bit. And I'm going to press it now a bit more firmly. Isn't it beautiful? Can't remember the name of it. I want to say Floral Romance. Is that right? It is, isn't it? Floral Romance, this paper. Or rather the vellum from the paper pack. Right. So I'm going to put it in face down, and I'm just going to run adhesive along here, and obviously because this is the bottom it doesn't matter, you're not going to see it, it's the bottom. With my first one I put little tabs of glue and then covered them with the vellum, vellum flower punch outs. Ooh. There we go. So that's all wrapped nicely and it will slide in and out, off and on like that. And I think that's very pretty. Now, as I said at the beginning, the vellum flowers, they look lovely. Look, there's a rogue pearl there. The pearls just don't want to stay attached at all. So I would suggest not doing that. And actually what I've done in advance, so you don't have to watch me do it, I've punched loads of flowers with the bitty blooms, a whole bunch of those. I'll show you what I did with one of them. I put them onto a spongy mat, took the back of my paper piercer to elevate it like that. I got my pearls, which are in this one. Clear mount cases, brilliant storage. And I went for the smallest ones, and then one into the centre. So that's how I elevated them. And then, like I say, you didn't want to see me do loads of these, so I've punched them all out, done all of the elevation, and I've stuck them onto my mini glue dots so that I can now just come along and place them where I want. And the one's going across the front. I'm just going to slide that off for a second. And I might feel that I don't need quite so many because they're cardstock ones. So it's fresh fig, the same colour as the colour in the vellum. And they flatten themselves slightly, that's not a problem. Okay, slide that lid back on. And I can trail them down the sides now. Well and truly stuck itself. Oh, doesn't want to let go. Might be easier to do it with my fingers. Like I say, I just had them trailing all over the place in no particular area. I just thought they looked rather lovely. And it sort of brought the vellum off the box off the wrap and round the box itself. I've got a few more over here. Ooh. There we go. And that is my little vellum wrap box. So like I say, this one, the theory was that it would stick together. And so I will dig out the original one for you. It's a chocolate box. And that held itself together without any problem. I might have put ribbon around, I don't remember. But it just didn't want to stay, so it kind of felt a bit pointless doing that, other than the fact it makes a nice pattern. So that is my upgraded version. Anyway, cute little box with vellum, and it slides on and off, and you fill it with treats, chocolates and all sorts. Anyway, thank you ever so much for joining me. Hope to speak to you very soon. Bye.